Hey, welcome to Always Open. I'm your host, Barbara Dunkelman, and I have a very lovely slew of people with me today, starting with...
The Slew. Oh. that's my superhero name.
I'm the Slew.
The Slew?
I'm Ashley. Oh. It's not as cool as being the Slew.
Sad Ashley. Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm the full Mexican of 1.5 Mexicans, Mariel.
Is that what you've named your side
That's our
of the
side.
table?
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are, but
I've said it before.
We're the white blondes.
If I was an ice cream, I'd be Mexican vanilla.
Oh, is it because you're half white, half Mexican?
Yeah, no, it's because I'm sweet and everybody loves me.
Two non-blondes.
Is it because no one actually knows what's inside of you?
That's probably also a good yeah.
What was your suggestion?
We can be two non-blondes.
Non-blondes?
Yeah.
Come on, blah,
But
We can't be four non-blondes because there aren't four of us, but there are two of us.
well, we'll change that someday. One day we'll have a whole blonde episode.
yeah, we could go blonde.
I like
and you
it.
guys could just fuck off.
You know I used to have blonde highlights?
No.
you did.
Really?
Wait, did you have like the frosted tips or like?
You had frosted tips?
I did.
All right, so you're gonna have to send me a picture so we could insert it right here.
Yeah, look at that.
Show.
Ladies. Look, middle school was a very confusing time, okay?
For your hair?
For just all of it. I wanted to play saxophone, and I kind of looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy, and I kind of looked like a more Mexican Guy Fieri, is kind of what
Oh my god. Wait, so you wanted to play the saxophone, but you never did?
Well, no, that's not true. I wanted to play the trumpet, but I couldn't good enough, so
what,
they
you had
gave
to
me
do the saxophone
saxophone.
instead? They're
And
like,
I hated it.
Here, have like.
Hated it.
Isn't the saxophone sexier than the trumpet though?
Yeah.
No way.
Who's
I would
ever?
say so.
No
Yeah.
way.
When it comes
Well,
to
but you got the
jazz, come
sexy
on, everyone
sax.
is like.
Nah, dude,
like,
nah.
exactly, sexy sax. No one wants to date the trumpet player.
No.
They wanna
The
date
sax,
the
the sax player is a dude that's playing in the background while the trumpet player is getting his fuck on. That's what happens, all right? The trumpet
All right, I
player,
don't know
you got
what
that
school
fucking
you went
three-piece
to.
suit, leaning up against the light pole, playing that trumpet late at night. Fuck yeah, I wanted to play trumpet.
Oh no.
I wanted to
I
like
think you gotta
jazz.
go for the sax.
Let's go for the sax.
Oh,
Isn't the trumpet just like like
that is bugle, ma'am. That is bugle. All right?
But then
Jazz trumpet fucking rules. Chet Baker? Come on, somebody, please.
Sexy sax man?
Yeah.
I think here's what you need to know. You need to know that 3 out of 3 women agree that the sax is the sex.
3 out of 3.
All right. You know what? No, stats have proved me wrong.
Maybe
You're
in high
right.
school it's
You're
different.
right.
All right, well, let's get things started with our shot of the
yes.
day.
Oh boy.
I love this one, and I actually picked this one in celebration of Miles coming on the show. It's called the Yang Xiao Long Shot.
Oh really?
Hey.
Because of
Hey.
Miles?
I
Just
did,
because of Miles?
Ruby just premiered, and I thought it'd be nice.
But like not for any other reason.
No other person on this podcast?
Not for any
thing,
other
show?
like best
No.
character on the show or anything like that. No.
Not for the Bay.
This one was submitted by Jen F.
Wait, hold on. Do we all have to drink it with the
Pronounced
left hand?
Jemph?
I'm using my right hand.
Oh, because of...
Too soon. So this is the Yang Xiao Long Shot, and it's submitted by Jen F. And it consists of creme de banane and Fireball whiskey.
That sounds dope.
I love
Who wants
saying
some
that.
cum
I
dum
just smell it.
Cheers. Shout out to you,
smells.
Jen F. Thank you for the shot.
Thanks, Jemph.
Jen.
I suppose. That is delightful.
That's very nice.
That was
As is
very
the
nice.
small
very
amount I
good.
spilled on the table.
That like wasn't super banana-y. I expected it to be like
It was only
banana.
It was only creme de banane.
Yeah, it's
I
just
was
a little bit of it.
I was expecting, I think, more Fireball.
Yeah, I was expecting more. I mean, it's like 3/4 crumb of banana,
Creme de banane.
and then 1/4 Fireball. but
Fireball
it-
whiskey.
I will say, having burped just now, it tastes more like bananas on the way back up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a
find out
definite
later
banana
today.
after aroma, yeah.
What about coming out the other end? Does
We'll
that
find
also
out.
taste
Stay
like-
tuned.
I don't know.
If you can taste that in your butthole.
I don't. Yeah, I don't taste
God,
my
come
asshole.
on.
Just give it a nice smell.
Oh.
But would you
Waft.
know though? Like
Waft.
would you like if you already had that ability, you know?
Oh.
Like would you know the difference? Like you'd just be
What,
like,
to-
it
to-
tastes like shit.
To
but,
taste out of your butt?
Like, yeah.
You just blew my mind.
I feel like there'd be subtle nuances, yeah.
You know, but like if you didn't think about it.
Like if it's just something everyone had
Yeah.
for all time.
Oh, sure.
Maybe we should just
I
ask
see.
2 Girls, 1 Cup if that's like a connoisseur thing.
I couldn't watch it. I've to this day I've not seen that video to completion.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I know what we
Disgusting.
have to do on a future episode.
No, don't be like that. Don't be like that,
So
Babs.
you-
I
Party.
haven't watched it to completion either. I got the gist and was like,
I got the gist. You get the gist from the title.
So did they.
no, you don't. I had no idea.
I guess
what
that's
it
true.
was.
No, that's fair,
It's
that's
really
fair.
easy to like do a blind click on that sort of thing.
Sure.
Also, Didn't know what Tub Girl was beforehand.
What's Tub Girl?
Wish I'd never clicked
It's
on
horrible.
that one either.
It's horrible.
What's Tub Girl?
Okay,
There's-
I just want to make a viewer discretion. Do not Google this. Do not Google
Okay.
any of these.
Don't Google
of it-
that. Blue waffle,
Lemon
lemon party,
One priest, one nun.
one guy, one cup, kids in a sandbox, Mr. Happy Hands.
Don't forget the goggles.
Oh, is that the horse?
You've
I've seen
been
the
Googling
horse.
a lot of things. I would
Oh no, Brandon Farmahini just showed me a lot of fucked up shit in college. I'm not even joking.
Yes,
Sure.
Brandon.
Yeah.
in college.
Who is this Brandon? I've never heard of him.
Never seen it. Oh.
Yeah, Tub Girl's
shit, man.
basically like think of it as like a
Ugh.
diarrhea fountain,
Oh my god.
but like up like repeatedly. I don't even know how it works.
The
Why
first
is
time
it
I saw it
called-
was sprayed on the wall in a Counter-Strike Source game. There was nothing I could do. I just wanted to stop the terrorists, and then there she was.
Why is it called Tub Girl though?
Because she's in a
She's in a
tub,
tub.
just like
Oh.
fucking Old
This is-
Faithfuling onto
this
her
is-
face.
This is like performance art.
So was
No,
were her
it's
legs
not. Don't
behind
ever
her?
call that art.
How does it? Were her legs
She's
behind
just
her
like,
and she's like
she's just on her
she's
back, legs up,
curled
just.
all the way up. Like, I mean, if you think like maybe she was a contortionist because it was straight like ass up.
Oh god.
face down, ass up. That's the way we like to.
Shit in our face.
Well, it makes me think about like when men ejaculate, do you ever like?
I was like,
Did I ever hit
Accidentally, what,
myself?
hit your face?
No.
You never hit yourself?
I
you
How-
want
one time it was like a Matrix moment. Most of the time I'll have like Kleenex like ready to go.
Kleenex.
Like I'm like fucking in the outfield and I'll be like, bam. But there was one time where I was like, oh fuck, I didn't think ahead. I just got really horny this morning. And it hit my bedside wall or whatever, and I was like, there is no spoon. And then
But there is splooge.
there is no splooge.
Specifically, what you mean is there's no one to spoon you.
There was no one to spoon me. Yeah, no, I was very much. Yeah, no, I wasn't in the
So
bed
let's-
next to somebody just jacking it. Like, hey, I'll be done in a sec.
It's the
Hold
loneliest
me
chosen
afterwards, or
one,
I'll
yeah.
be really pissed.
Just watch. Well, have you ever ejaculated on a woman in a place where you felt regret after that?
Not in a.
Wait, what do you mean? Like in
Well-
your location, or do you mean like on the lady?
No,
Like
yeah.
on the lady. Like on her face or like wherever on her that
Only
you felt
I'll do the
guilty
face if they're about that,
about. Okay.
and I'll be like, sure, okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Does that add something for guys?
It depends on the person. I know some dudes that are totally into that.
It's a
Like
very
that's totally.
territorial thing, isn't it?
That
well,
just
I don't know
sounds
because
so like, ugh.
to me that's not. To me that's not.
I wonder why Meryl doesn't like the idea of
To me that's not a huge turn on personally.
What's the closest you get?
To what?
Just like
Some squirting
splooging
action?
on girls' faces.
do you just slug on your girlfriend's face?
Just like.
It's like a face sucker.
Those fish in aquariums that just suck up all the algae on the side. But I mean, yeah, like once. You know.
Like, I really.
only if she's into it.
Yeah, only she's into it. I know a lot of girls who are into it though. No,
Yeah?
No. God.
Oh. Yeah, no.
I can never tell when Meryl's being serious.
I feel like the rule is don't fuck with the hair.
In general, I would agree with that. Yeah, I think so. That's a thing I've gotten a lot. Just not in the hair.
I mean, you're gonna shower regardless after.
But well, like washing the hair, like that adds so much time.
It does.
You gotta blow dry it, you gotta restyle it. Otherwise, you can just like wipe and go.
I've got random patches of hair all over me. I'm a hairy man, but my back's just weird.
But only in bits.
Only a bit. So front half, it's just like I'm just a hairy dude. On the back, it's all the worst places. It's along the tops of my shoulders and where my shoulder blades are. I have angel wings essentially of
I've
hair.
seen that on a lot of guys.
Hate it.
Surprisingly.
Hate it.
What are your thoughts on getting that like all lasered off? You have dark hair, so you can do it.
I mean, I could. I don't know. I might. I don't know. I don't care enough right now. Like,
We got connections.
We do have connections.
what does that mean?
Texas, who usually bartends for us and
Yeah?
does our makeup and everything, he works at a school that does all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
He doesn't
I
give you a deal.
Over the
Yeah.
weekend, I tried to like get rid of some of it, and then like the next day, I was like, oh, I missed that and that and that. All right,
You
cool.
should just like give someone $5 to do it for you. I would do it.
Hey, Carrie,
Yeah.
I would absolutely
don't
do
ever
it.
talk about this.
That's the downside to being blonde. I actually went in years ago to try and get my armpits done.
Yeah.
Just that I would never have to. Like, I was like, when is armpit hair ever gonna come back into fashion? Not something I'm really worried about.
Hey, you don't don't know.
You
Okay,
don't
people
know.
are
I mean,
Snapchatting
hey.
childbirth.
Yeah.
True. But I went in and they were like, I can't do anything for you.
Just because it was too
Blonde.
light?
Yeah, my hair.
Yeah, because the laser has to like detect the hairs.
Whoa,
and they have to be like
weird.
a certain darkness.
So if you're pale and you have like blonde hair, it just can't see it,
Oh shit.
and so you can't get it done.
what about?
yeah.
Your vagina?
No, well, I'm gonna say like for
Not
even
either.
blondes, your vagina
Not dark
hair
enough.
tends to be a little bit darker than
Your
Other hair.
her hair.
There's like, I remember like,
It makes it
people
sound so
have
luxurious.
like
though.
when you're a kid, like your parents tell you like they have like kiddie versions for your genitals, like, oh, that's
Yeah.
your pee-pee. And
like,
also,
hoo-ha.
that shit makes me super uncomfortable. Like somebody referred to someone's vagina as their giny, and I was like, ew.
That just sounds like
Please
someone's
don't.
name. Have you met my friend Giny?
There was some comedian that was talking about how if you didn't know what it meant, genitalia would sound like a beautiful Italian girl's name.
It's true. You'd be like,
Genitalia.
have you met my
Genitalia.
friend Genitalia?
Genitalia.
It's like Jen.
And so you're just like, have you met my genitalia?
Have you met vagina?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of vaginas,
Great segue.
I know it's like it just handed it over to me. My first time.
Hey.
What is your first time discovering your kink? And that was submitted by Maria M.
All right. Well, first of all,
Maria.
I feel like Maria M should share Maria's
What her kink is.
right?
Yeah.
Fair is fair.
My kink is kink shaming, so I'm about to kink shame.
That is
Oh
bullshit.
no!
That is
Get me away
bullshit.
from her!
So wait, you like aggressively vanilla?
Aggressively vanilla.
Ashley. I don't want to
Sounds like a weird band name.
Not drunk enough.
Trying to
I gave you some of mine, but I knew that I needed to be drunk for this episode, so.
I already did the
I did prepare,
eyebrow
but
raise
look,
signal.
Here comes wonderful
Look, he
David.
comes
My
to go.
hero!
I'm gonna hand this to you.
Yes, thank you. I did that. That's my fault.
You're good.
Awesome.
And then I'm also gonna hand you
We're
these.
just getting started. For how long does this show run?
As long as we want.
As long as
Oh, I didn't know that.
As long
All
as
right.
I'm in-
As long as
kinks
you
you
can
got?
drink.
Ashley. Thank
You don't know Miles. Miles has a Drunk Miles like Twitter account.
I know.
Yeah, I learned from Andy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
right.
So the first kink I ever discovered that I had.
First kink.
first
Okay,
kink,
got it.
I got a lot of them. Is being dominated.
Well, yeah.
Yes, which I feel like is a very classic one. Like that's something that I feel like is probably the most regular.
Now, are you talking like handcuffs dominated, or are you just talking about like a guy that can toss you around?
Well, a little bit of both. Maybe not the handcuffs thing because those are metal and they
handcuffs.
hurt. I don't like
You
being.
get them in fuzzy.
I don't like being.
Listen, they come in
Get them in
fuzzy and metal.
What about jelly?
No,
Jelly?
fuzzy and metal.
No, don't be ridiculous, Barbara.
I don't like being hurt. That's the difference.
Sure.
Dominated, not hurt.
Gotcha.
So things like being tied up loosely so you could still like actually breathe.
Sure.
But there was this one guy who I was with who always wanted to try this like Japanese rope tie. I don't know what it's called, but it's where you almost are like harnessed in with all this rope, where it's like it like
Shit.
crosses across your body and like it's really intricate and stuff, and it would take like a good half hour to do it.
Yeah,
but-
see, that's right there.
Did you do
that's-
it?
Like you just
Dude,
wait,
I was
bitch.
just-
I'm gonna fuck
That's
you
the point
so
where-
good.
Did you do it? Did you go
Yeah,
for
we
it?
did it.
Nice.
I was just a fucking puddle the whole time. I
Oh.
was like, this is so hot. Oh my
I was
god.
like, wait, are you
Really?
sweaty or like you're lady?
I was wet.
See,
what?
Her.
In the giny.
I think the half hour that would
Moist
probably
giny.
like mix it for me.
You'd be
like,
done?
I'd be like, I was like, are we tied up now?
No, see, I was enjoying it. It was very slow and sensual.
Was
too.
there music?
There's a
playing?
build up there. There's a definite build.
Well,
It's
it's
like with foreplay. Like the build
like
up
back
to it is
rub,
like
except
exciting,
with
man.
ropes.
Yeah, well, it's just also like he's touching your skin and like things are being like pulled certain ways. I don't know, like it worked for me. I was into it.
Right on,
but the
man.
first time I realized that I had that, I think it was like probably watching porn and seeing like a girl being like dominated by another guy, and I was like, yeah.
Yo!
Order, please. I'll take some of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the rope stuff.
Look, it's Barbara.
See, that
Oh
just
shit!
that
Gotta
just
be
looks
careful.
like
That looks fucking
Oh,
awesome.
Wait, your titties were like,
Yeah,
ow.
it's all
Dude.
titty squashing.
Hey,
That's some titty squashing in there.
nice.
yeah. That was
Mostly that just
that was
looks
a time.
time consuming to me.
It was time consuming, but it was great because like there would be positions where like your arms were tied to your legs and like all these different things, or like, depending on how the guy wanted
What
it to
happens
be.
if like you get a cramp? Like, there's no easy relief for that.
God, you're right.
Don't move, busting out the knife.
I don't know. I don't know what you would do, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Well, I guess to bounce off that,
You also like being dominated?
no, I like to dominate.
There you
A
go.
lot of the people that I have been with have always been pleasantly surprised by that, because I'm typically very like, good guy, Miles. Oh, look at me, I'm with my boyish charm.
And then like
oh.
you drop trout and you're like, get on your knees.
Well, no, so more,
No,
but
I
more so,
suspected that about you.
more so than that though. So I don't think it's just an aggressive thing. Like, it depends. My biggest thing, the hottest thing in the world, is when I know that my partner is enjoying herself. And I think it's a power thing.
Yeah.
Like the moment I realized I was about this whole power thing was honestly, it's the first time I ever fingered a girl. There was nothing, like I was blown away that I can make a girl's knees shake with a finger.
Yeah.
There's something super sexy
It's a
and powerful
superpower.
about that. It's just like, holy shit. Like
And cue the comments of all the women.
I love going down on girls because of that exact same reasoning. Like it is one of my
It's true.
favorite.
I think it deserves that.
It's like my favorite thing to do for the same thing. It's just like I can just.
You just get
Go down on
pleasure.
girls.
You get pleasure out of giving girls pleasure.
I just get to play with you, and just like, and I can turn you into putty in my hands, and it's just like.
Oh, Miles,
there
this
is
really,
like
really confident on your skills.
No. I'm trying to explain.
He's like, rate me 10 out of 10, bitch.
Please rate me, please.
Don't worry.
No.
Just move to China.
In the no, but in the sense that like. I'm not saying that that's always the case, but when it is the case, like that's like the most unbelievably satisfying thing of like, sweet, I gave this person like exactly what they wanted. So like, yeah, and then I'll tend to be into more like aggressive stuff. I mean, the biggest thing, always communicate with your partner.
Of course.
And like,
Don't do it in a way that they don't
if people
enjoy,
aren't cool
of
with it,
course.
like, no, I can find a million other ways to have a good time. But like, I have been with a person that was like, I want you to hurt me. And at first it was a little like, I was like, okay, like testing the waters with a few things. But then she was like, seriously, fuck me up. And I was like, okay. And that was awesome.
That's when you take out your bat.
Oh god!
You're crying.
It's like the fucking end of Walking Dead. No, nothing that crazy.
Just
but,
you on the bed, like slapping.
But
But now you've got some new ideas. Got some ropes.
yeah, dude, I'm gonna research that shit. That sounds awesome.
I mean, it's really cool. Obviously, it takes a lot of practice in terms of getting it right. But
I was a Boy Scout. I know knots. But yeah, no, I think the power thing is like a definite like kink of mine.
yeah. What, have you ever been dominated by a girl?
I have.
What'd you think about that?
It was my first blowjob, so it was a little weird. Shit, dude. I was in there was this girl in my history class that she was like this punk kind of scene girl, and I remember I was like, she smokes marijuana. Oh, she's just, she's crazy. Because I was straight as an arrow, like did no wrong in high school, and I remember one time my buddy Trevor was like, dude, she's into you. And I was like, her? No way. He was like, what is wrong with you? Like,
Yeah.
absolutely. If she invites you to do anything, say yes. Cause she was gorgeous. She was super cute. And like a week later, she was like, hey, you take Spanish, right? Me too. We've got that exam coming up. You want to come over and study at my place? And I went, oh, okay. And like her parents were like, hey, we're gonna go grocery shopping for 5 hours. We'll be back. And I was like, what? And then like as soon as they were gone, she was like, hey, what's going on? Makeout session. And then she's like, do you want to go somewhere else with this? And I was like, sure.
How old were you?
I was 15,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
She fucking handcuffed me to her bed, played some death metal, and sucked my dick. And I was like, this
my
is
God.
not how I imagined it.
This is blowjob number one.
That was my first blowjob.
Hold on.
Was this girl
Where
also
did a 15-year-old
Yeah.
get handcuffs?
I don't know. Maybe her dad was a cop.
Parents' drawer?
Or just the store.
The store.
Yeah.
Like Dollar Tree.
Shit, like dog. Yeah, I was just about to say
At a
that. Yeah.
costume shop or
Maybe
something.
they
It
came in one
was-
of those like little kids like pop cap. I'm a
It was.
sheriff.
It was fucking.
She's like, pew pew, I'll kill you.
I was like not ready for that at all. But
Did you enjoy it?
Fuck yeah, I enjoyed it. Are you kidding me? I was like,
"Dude,
no one else
blowjob."
besides me has ever touched this. Awesome.
But wasn't it like, did that like just set the bar way too high?
No, because you're
Yeah, like now you always need to be handcuffed.
Bring on the death.
no. The next time I got my dick sucked was in a building that was under construction.
Wait, what?
Look, when you're young, you gotta find places to go
true.
be hoodlums. Hence the Chicken Little story from our recent Rooster
Yeah.
Teeth podcast. There was a subdivision between where I lived and where my girlfriend at the time lived that was under construction, and we met there. And we're like, I don't know, as a kid, I always liked going into homes that were under construction. It's just cool. And we were just walking around, and she was like, hey, you want to go upstairs? I was like, okay. And she was like, hey, take those off. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, my first times were weird.
I would just I imagine your first time getting a blowjob would affect the rest of your life.
Maybe.
So for instance,
maybe that's why I'm into dominance.
You would need to always be handcuffed playing death metal to come. Like, that's just
Thank
something.
God that's not the case.
Someone's
Yeah.
at your house and all of a sudden you hear,
And they're like, fucking Miles.
Just getting a blowjob.
Hey, someone else tell me about the weird fucking shit you're into.
Dude, I'm just so boring and vanilla, and I don't know if I've ever like.
there's gotta be something. Like what?
Actually,
Maybe
looking
that's
at
her kink. Maybe it's the
like
normalcy
trying
that's the
to
kink.
read it.
Like
I
what?
don't believe you,
Do
Meryl.
you have like a kind of porn that you're into or something that you
I
typically...
don't watch porn.
What?
I'm a good. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, thank God. I was
I
about
was
to
like,
say, we
get off
can't
of
be
the
friends.
show.
I'm a good Christian woman.
Of course.
I don't know. Like, I can't think of like a specific time. But I mean, like, I've done things with partners and like, you know, like, oh, like, why don't we try like the handcuffs? There was one girl that I dated. She was like into slapping, and she was like,
Wait,
like
face
being slapped or slapping you?
Or like
that
slapping
was the
tits or
question,
something.
right?
Ooh.
No, yeah, we just grabbed a, you know.
You just titty slapped her.
Hold on. You know this is like an entire new thing now. Can we get the titty fight videos? just like no, but like I imagine like just like there's slapping faces and there's like slapping a tit.
No,
Gonna
no,
be
she,
different.
like slapping faces. This was that kind of thing, and I was like, oh, like you want me to slap you? She's like, no, I want to slap you. I was like, no,
Shit.
that doesn't sound fun.
How long did that
Do you have some
last?
anger that you need
2
to
years.
That lasted 2 years.
Is not a good.
Did
we'll get into
she end up slapping you?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Did you say that
Try
right
it.
away?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not a fan of that.
I was like,
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just so boring and vanilla.
I
Maybe
mean, not
I should
everyone
try
has
some
to. That's
new
fine.
things.
Not everyone has.
Maybe I'll go tie myself up. Maybe I'll play some death
I
metal.
don't know if it works the
Just
same.
like-
There's,
I'm almost
I
there.
don't know.
I don't know. I think the whole like tying things up is like if you want to relinquish control to someone else.
Yeah.
And I feel like that happens to a lot of people who have a very like demanding job or something that like people need to be in control over a lot, which I feel like I have been for a long time. So maybe that's part of it.
Yeah. That makes
That
sense.
it's just like you want to just be like, no, you do it.
Yeah.
fucking, look, I'm just here to get my rocks off, all right? You
Yeah.
take
Just
care of the
like-
rest of the shit.
Fucking handcuff me. Play some death metal.
Have you ever done a thing where it wasn't you were physically bound, but you were told not to move?
Yes.
Oh.
That
And?
shit's awesome.
I also like the whole like covering the mouth thing when you're being
Okay.
too loud.
Okay.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
So
Like that?
There's more subtle
Hey.
things. All right. Like I mean,
Right.
I like some subtle things. You know, like some neck breathing. Not like that's not,
No. That is a super hot thing. Like,
Like-
feeling somebody's
Yeah, yeah,
warm
yeah,
breath
like a
on your neck
breath,
is like,
yeah.
ooh, what's
Yeah,
up?
That's nice. That's like
Yeah.
so stuff like that. Yeah, but not like I don't know. Maybe I'll just like take a weekend. And
Next
just,
time
like,
I'm gonna come next to you and be like,
oh, Barbie.
Maybe we just need to like go over to Meryl's house and like roll out the tools and just, like
Oh my God.
Jesus.
No, my roommate the other day, she came home and she was like, she had this box, and I was like, oh, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I just, she's from Houston. She's like, I came home from Houston. I have this, and I looked in, and it was just like 10 or 12. Or 12, 10 or 12.
Nothing left,
different
nothing
like
more.
vibrators and like just shit like that. I was like, what the fuck? Like she's not like a very like kinky person. I would
Sure.
say. She's not like a person that would like go out and buy all this. She's like, oh, like my friend gave them to me, and I was like,
why?
Wait, I'm
Those are not
sorry.
hold on, like
hand-me-downs.
they were all in the packaging though. They were all
Okay.
in the packaging.
Okay.
hand-me-down sex toys is not a
They were
thing.
like brand new. Apparently, like her friend's sister is like either like a sex therapist or like something,
Okay.
and like has
Okay.
a bunch of stuff.
It's not like I ran it through the dishwasher twice.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I sanitized
My
it.
sister, you know, like Tupperware parties where a bunch of ladies will go over to someone's house and they'll like buy Tupperware. I don't think is that a thing anymore? I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so-
my sister was part of a version of that, except for sex toys.
Fuck-aware parties.
Yeah,
Tupperware.
yeah. It was amazing. Like she would just like have a bunch of people over, and they would all be like,
This would fit.
I like to imagine
They're just
him
going-
having like vibrator races. Like she comes down
just
on
like-
a track, and then like
She goes-
desperately betting
Oh my
against
God.
each other, like which one's gonna make it across first.
I
I
just
missed this part because that
We're
doesn't
just,
seem
we're just
like
like
something. that-
imagining people like just testing them out in
testing it
front of
out.
each other.
Can I get that? No. Does this come in a medium?
Can I get this in
I
black?
don't know, man. I'm just not that I'm not ashamed of sex in any way or anything like
Right.
that, but I just like I'm a private person and like to like
That's totally legit.
so I could never go to one of those things. Like I could never go to a sex toy party with like my friends.
I have a.
I'd be like, oh, I don't want to imagine you with this.
I know. Imagine you using it.
Yeah.
The first time I ever went to like a sex toy shop, this was years ago, is there was this one that was in Berkeley. And my friends told me about it, so I finally went. Because, they're all, like, what you hear about everything is very dungeony and dark and, like, probably sticky.
Yeah.
And I went to this place, and it was almost like a cafe in terms of it was, like, light and airy and, like, light wood and, like, these beautiful displays and everything. And I was like, this is legit nice.
Yeah.
And
Legit
class.
nice.
Well, it doesn't make it feel like it's taboo.
Like a seedy.
Sure,
It doesn't
sure.
make it feel
I
seedy.
get what
It's
you're
like,
saying, I get what you're saying.
it's like this is like a totally normal thing that you would be shopping for, and it was amazing. I bought like 3 things, and I lost half of them. I don't even know where they are.
I feel like guys couldn't have a fuckwear party because it's literally just like, is it a hole? Cool.
Wouldn't it just be like a bunch of pocket pussies?
I've literally,
That's like
I've
Jack,
literally
right?
seen a DIY fleshlight recipe
Wait,
on
wait,
Reddit.
DIY?
It's I'm trying to
Like a
remember what it was.
plaster mold
No.
kind of thing?
It was like you take a hold on. It's like you take a dishwashing sponge, you soak that in warm water, you take like a Ziploc bag, and you fold the sponge over,
You
put the
remember
bag
these
over
details
it.
a little too.
Look, man, you gotta fuck shit sometimes. I've never used it. I've never used the DIY fleshlight.
Okay.
But it's like it was like you
fold it
fold
over.
it, you
Is
put
there
the
a
plastic
submissive
bag over
fleshlight?
it, and then you like rubber band it, and then just like fucking put
Oh,
some
that's-
sort
Oh
of
my god,
lotion.
here we go.
There you go!
That's a
Oh, that's right. You need
DIY?
a cup. You need a cup. There you go.
Wow.
Listen,
Oh my God,
kids,
it looks-
you too can fuck your dishwashing sponge.
It looks like pretty.
It
Like, it would
looks
do the
pretty
work.
legit.
That looks like a giant.
Man,
what
I
is
mean,
it again?
I say that-
guys aren't fucking
I
picky,
say
all
that,
right?
but when I say it looked really legit, all I saw was like,
Giny.
yeah, I can see
Oh,
it kind of looks like.
please don't, Mariel, please.
Vagina.
The giny. Ashley?
Alright, actually, you've avoided the question long enough.
Well, the problem is that I'm not at a tie me up level because I just be
Okay.
like,
Go on.
do you ever find that your ideals are at odds with your libido? Like
do
I'm
you mean by
very,
that?
like I like the domination thing as well, not to like a tie up degree, but just like I don't want to be in charge right now.
Okay, gotcha.
This is a time where like if you can chuck me across the room, that'd be great.
Yeah.
So just like
I remember the first time
not
a guy.
literally, but I want to know that it could be done.
Yeah, no, totally.
Just like the idea, like pick up, throw on bed, let's go.
It's like, what do you want me to do to you, babe? Just fucking toss me into the wall. Just, like,
Just
toss
fuck
me
my
across.
shit up.
see if we can make a dent in the drywall. No, but just like the idea of not being in charge. I
Yeah.
really like that.
I remember the first time a guy ever picked me up to like while fucking,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, this should not physically be possible. Like, I'm 5'9". I ain't. But just like stuff like that, where they're just like completely like strong and just in control and like
It makes me
push
feel
you
really
around.
feminine.
It does.
Yeah.
like
I'm a lovely, delicate flower,
Oh,
and also
you
just
are.
fuck me hard.
As somebody on the other side of the team, it makes you feel fucking awesome. You're just
Yeah.
like, hey, what's up? This is happening.
I can.
That's
got this.
also the best response ever is like the, oh my goodness. It makes you go like, fuck yeah, fucking, I'm not Clark Kent, I'm Superman. It's awesome.
So you get to
It's
do like
awesome.
the little like oh. But I mean I like that because it makes me feel like very very feminine, and honestly like in a lot of the work that I do, because it's a very male dominated
Yeah.
industry, a lot of that like I just like put to the side and be like one of the guys, so it's nice to just sometimes be like I'm a goddess.
Cool, dude.
And it feels nice.
And
But
you-
So when was the first time you realized that?
first time I realized that, I was dating someone who just like did that out of the blue. Was completely unexpected.
Just the wall pickup?
And then suddenly I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And this explains like why all the guys who were just like really nice and considerate before, I was like, yeah, you're great. We should see other people.
Yeah.
You know-
There's nothing worse than a guy being too careful with you after
Yeah.
you realize you like something like that, where they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, is that okay?" Oh, like,
Yeah.
like almost too apologetic to a point where it's like,
Yeah, once you get
no,
the green light,
fucking go
once you
to
get
town on
the
me,
green light,
man.
you're good. Like,
Yeah.
look, make sure everybody's cool with what's going on.
Yes.
Once that's established,
Step one.
go to fucktown. Just go.
What's your-
Just go.
Do
as long
you
as
have a
both
safe word?
consent.
A
You
safe
had
word?
to have a safe word.
I
You
don't.
had to.
I haven't.
I would just be like, "Hey, stop."
You got
Yeah.
tied
That
up.
me out.
This isn't uncomfortable. This is not comfortable
For
anymore.
some people,
Yeah.
hey, stop is like.
That's
Oh,
a
no.
thing.
That's
I
like-
didn't.
They
I don't
like to
go
hear
that.
that.
far with the dominating thing. It's kind of just like.
Well,
I'm
we're all
enjoying
young,
this.
so
You got
I like to
plenty of
check my
time.
watch.
Girl, you could have ended up on a railroad at any time.
That's true.
I like how that's your version of me tied up with my tits out like on a railroad.
Fucking Snidely Whiplash, just like, yeah.
That was my boyfriend. Actually.
I'm a big fan of long facial hair.
Maybe that's why he liked it so much.
Yeah, so when that happened, I finally realized I was like, this may have been like what was missing before when I was like, yeah, all right, I guess sex is okay, but
Yeah, and then
kind
when
of
that
overrated.
happened,
And then I was like, oh shit, this is cool.
yeah, you're like,
So that was really nice.
one sex, please.
Yeah, I never got into the problem with like the fantasy element of it though is like going back to the 50 Shades of Grey. So when I read it, when I hate Reddit, initially I was like maybe it's gonna be like yeah.
Yeah.
And then the whole time I was like, girl, stand up for yourself.
Yeah, there are some parts of that book where I was like, I'm into this, and other parts where I was just like, all right,
I was like,
this is just weird now.
like sweetie, maybe this is not the right thing. It's just like let it go.
My favorite part of that whole book is when
She leaves.
that's a great part. But when we did this on Extra Life a couple of years ago. Tyler was reading it and I was animating it, and it's when he pulls her tampon out and throws it in the garbage can, and I went Kobe, and then but then Cole out of nowhere went, oh baby, a triple.
I forgot about that shit. Oh my god.
Oh my god, oh baby, a triple.
Oh,
It's
baby,
like
a
a
triple. And
thing.
so like I'll always remember that part.
Cole's at his desk right now was like,
Oh baby, a triple.
triple.
oh god, Extra Life's coming up. Don't remind him, please.
This episode of Always Open is brought to you by Casper. Casper is an obsessively engineered mattress at a very fair price. Casper combines two technologies, spring latex foam and supportive memory foam, to create an award-winning sleep surface with just the right sink and the right bounce. You can buy it easily online and completely risk-free. Casper offers free delivery and painless returns within a 100-day period, so you don't have to lie down in a showroom. Casper also has free shipping and returns to the US and Canada. Get a Casper mattress for $500 for a twin or $950 for a king-size mattress. Comparing this to industry averages, that's an outstanding price point. You can save an additional $50 towards a mattress purchase by going to casper.com/open and entering the promo code OPEN. That's casper.com/open and promo code OPEN. Terms and conditions apply. I got a Casper mattress.
Yeah, how do you like it? Because I'm literally looking into buying a new mattress.
They're
like
great.
right now. Yeah?
They're great. Yeah.
Might have to use that open.
You'll get $50 off your
$50
mattress.
off.
And it's already really cheap compared to normal mattresses. Like when I first moved to Austin, I got a mattress and it was like super expensive. And
Making a mess.
Ashley's making a mess.
God damn it, Jenkins.
Well, pass me a napkin.
They got refills during the ad read
Yeah, we did.
and are trying to hide it deceptively.
I also
thought
discovered
it
that you
was
have like the
sneaky.
coldest hands in the world.
Okay, I mean,
What
this
is wrong
is
with
why
your
I require
circulation?
tropical climates. I really
bad
I like.
circulation, too.
This is why I like islands.
I feel like every girl I have ever met has been like, I have really bad circulation.
Okay, so first of all,
a
that's
common
not
thing.
that's a thing. That is actually a thing.
Okay,
It's,
then there you
women do have worse circulation.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if it's surface veins or something, but just the biology of it. Women literally are
Is
always
that why
colder.
girls are always cold and guys need
Yes.
to like turn up the air conditioning? And
Yeah.
I'm a fucking radiator. I'm just like, it's annoying.
I met a lot of guys who are like that.
No,
they
it's
just
a-
radiate heat.
It's a biology thing, and it's like honestly, like it's fine. It's good.
I'm okay being cold. I'd rather be cold than like too hot all the time.
Yeah.
No, would rather be hot. Would rather take everything off. Here's the thing: you get me too cold, I'm gonna just like put on more clothes.
But you can only
only
always
take off so
Yes,
much.
you can only take off. You
I
can't take off
will.
your skin.
You can
I
always
will-
add another layer.
I will deal with
Tear
like
your skin.
100 degrees if I can just like walk around in a swimsuit all day.
Yeah, but most places you can't. But you could wear a sweater in almost every place.
Blankets.
Yeah, but then they're all like bulky and then like I have trouble like moving as much.
You
And
don't want to be
also-
the kid from
I don't wanna
Christmas
be the
Story?
kid-
That's what I'm
Christmas
picturing
story.
Ashley as right now.
Yeah, so that's basically me if it gets below 60.
I can't wait to
Jesus.
see that, which is actually coming out very soon. It's already end of October.
I know
so-
Yeah,
the fact
it's
that it's
still,
getting
like,
into
90
the
degrees
60
outside,
degrees at
Thanks,
night is
Texas.
very concerning to me. I already ordered over-the-knee boots to stay warm.
Dude, fall fashion, I'm all about it.
Also, though, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of ordered them, and I ordered a bunch of like layered necklaces and stuff because I've been watching Charmed. I got some chokers, y'all.
Oh shit.
Don't judge. Really happy about it.
No,
I'm into
are
chokers.
great. Yeah, they're in. Oh, yeah, she is.
Yeah, I know you are.
All right, so let's move on to Ask Us Anything. And this question comes from Justin K. And Justin K wants to know, what are your thoughts on an open relationship?
I mean,
Ooh, Justin.
honestly, like it is a tricky thing.
Yeah.
Not saying they can't be done because some people do them and do them successfully, but you have to have a very specific philosophy, and you have to, like, the person you're with has to have the same philosophy and not pretend to have the same philosophy.
Not be like, oh, I
just
guess I'm
because
okay
they love
with
you
this.
and they want to try it because they want to make you happy. They have to legit have that same outlook, which is that some people look at relationships as, this person is something to me, but they're not everything.
Yeah.
Like
Or they're like, this
there's
important
something
to me,
missing.
but not
Maybe
everything
they're
else.
not really good with ropes, and you need to get your ropes elsewhere, right?
You know.
And so you find someone that can do the ropes, and they're like, okay, great.
then you show them the ropes.
You got your rope guy, and you show them the ropes.
You got your rope guy.
Slappy guy. I think part of it is
sushi
like
guy.
if you can separate, physicality from like emotional connection and whatnot. It completely depends on the individuals. Like, I know one of the things I don't like about myself, but something I know about myself is that I can absolutely be the jealous type. And I could never do an open relationship.
I couldn't either.
Ever.
I don't think I could, unless I think I could only do an open relationship if that's the way it is from the start. Like, I don't think I could be in a relationship with someone for like a couple months, a couple years, and then change that into an open relationship, because you already have that certain connection with that person. And if you start an open relationship at that point, some people might be able to do it. I don't think I could ever do that.
Well, there's also tricks though that like a lot of people do start in an open relationship because they're dating.
Yeah.
But they're not exclusive, and that's that's kind of what that is like, I'm dating you, but I can also date other people.
Yeah.
And then move into something monogamous from that point. And some people are gonna be okay with it. Some people aren't. Like, the jealous, like, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
Not to say that I haven't been in the past. Like, I used to date like couples.
Yeah.
And that was totally fine.
Damn, girl, tell me more about that.
And that was also something that, like, it had an expiration date, because I was like, there's only so long I'll be able to do this before, like, that's just not a thing I can do anymore.
Yeah. And I don't like the people who look down on the people who do have open relationships, because everyone's different. Everyone wants something different out of a relationship.
Absolutely.
And, if that's not your cup of tea and you don't understand it, that's fair, but no one's forcing you to have that kind of relationship with someone.
Absolutely.
If that's what works for them, power to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Girl, what is that?
It's cranberry vodka.
Nice.
So as someone who is in a relationship, open relationship, according to the internet.
According to the internet?
Yeah, the internet thinks.
The internet classified it?
Yeah, I'm in an open relationship because
With Tyler?
I'm dating Tyler and my girlfriend.
Well, that's just like a...
So,
just so you know.
besides that open part of my relationship,
Yep.
no, I'm on the same boat. I'm on the same like jealousy boat. Like, I can't do it. I'm very like, you love me and you love me only.
I mean, there's something that's really visceral in a relationship about knowing that, like, this person is yours.
Yeah.
Like, this is my person, and I am their person, and, like, we're a team and we're in this together. And some people, they're great, they're free agents, and that's cool and everything. But sometimes it's just.
I was in a relationship in college where at a certain point it felt like things were just going okay. Like, there's a lot of the romance had gone, and
The romantic's gone?
yeah, a lot of it hadn't been great. It hadn't been great for a while.
romantics.
So
Coasting?
we had a swinger night one night.
Hey! Wait, as in, like, full
As
swing,
in,
like,
we
like
were
a
friends
key
with
party?
we were friends with another couple.
Yeah.
And we were all drunk enough to be like,
So, tradesies?
hey,
Just fucking do it.
Like,
wanna
I assume,
fucking try
I assume
this?
just like trading women.
Yes.
Okay, not like all four.
No, there wasn't some
excuse me, they were
baller ass
treating
orgy
men?
thing. Nah, I've not
You're like,
gotten
whose
that.
asshole am I in? I don't know.
No, I can't say I've gotten to that point. But no, we did like a swingers night where we were just like tradesies and let's see if this spices stuff up. Maybe like, yeah, it'll be fun, and then afterwards we'll be back together and we're like, but yeah,
Closer than ever.
we'll be closer than ever. It didn't happen. Did not happen.
Did
Is
it make
that-
things awkward?
A little bit. A little bit. Like that night was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
At least for me. But the next day was
Clearly,
like,
it was
man,
not for some people. Or
this was
wouldn't
yeah,
have come up.
yeah. Essentially, really, what it was like, yeah, we should be seeing other people, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends, but it depends on the person. Like, there's some people that are just like, fuck yeah, let's.
I think it's a
fuck around.
confidence thing. Like, not to say people who don't want an open relationship are not confident.
Sure.
But I think just speaking from experience, I don't feel like I'd be confident enough knowing that the guy I'm dating is with someone else.
Sure.
I would feel like, oh, like, does he like her more than
Yeah.
me? Is he gonna fall in love with this
I'm like,
girl?
what's this
Am
dude
I-
packing? Is
Am I
he-
not giving him something that
Yep.
he needs?
What's he missing?
What am I missing?
I
Yeah.
have a person I know, who is a woman, and she has I guess 3 girlfriends.
Whoa.
This
I like how
gets-
you're going like
It gets
this.
very complicated. 2 of these girlfriends are engaged to each other.
Wait, what? So
Okay.
she's dating a couple.
She's okay. Yeah, she's dating a couple, a couple of women, and she has her girlfriend on the other side, right? And so I'm pretty sure
Wait,
this.
She's dating 3 people.
She's dating
total.
3 people total.
Okay.
A couple and then a separate.
Just trying to make sure I
person
get
on
my
the
math
side.
right. 'Cause
Yeah,
this
I know,
sounds
it
like
gets
it's gonna get.
complicated.
We're
It gets
getting into
complicated.
differentials.
Possibly. And I'm pretty sure this other person is monogamous. So she only dates this one person, and this person dates the couple. One of the people in the couple also date other people. One of them dates someone who is monogamous. So it's like just a web of fucking people.
It's like some Game of Thrones family
Yeah,
tie
that's
shit.
exactly what it is. And like
I'm trying to, like,
every
do the
time
math
I,
on
and, like,
this.
Is their
this like a
last
real
name
person.
Lannister?
No. This is like a real person that I know, and I'm just like, every time I think about it, I'm just like, how do you have, first of all, the time
Yeah.
to date all these people? Like, I don't have the time to.
Can I ask? And this is gonna sound like an insensitive question. Is she dating these people, or is she just like, yo, you want to fuck tonight?
No, these are like like they go
Whoa.
on like anniversary trips.
Whoa.
They go on
Oh,
like.
wow.
Yeah, how the fuck do you schedule that
Yeah,
shit?
I was like, does she have like a Google Doc? Like, all right, Tammy's gotten 4 hours this week.
Maybe they just have like a shared calendar, so it's
Wow.
like here's
I don't
here's
know.
who is
like,
Interesting.
with
It's
today.
just like time, money, and energy.
I
of
just, like, I don't
dating
even understand.
multiple people.
That just seems so complicated.
God, yeah.
I mean, do you all go in like do they all go in for like tests together?
I don't know. I don't
like
know
a
too much
STD
about. I just like this is a
Sure.
person I know
That's
very
like
like
that's a
distantly.
legitimate consideration.
Yeah.
No, that's a good
true,
point.
yeah.
It's a fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just
Fine.
like
Be
I just-
safe, kids at
be
home,
safe.
when you're
That's-
fucking multiple couples, okay?
Yeah,
Don't be an
that's the most
idiot.
important. But still, it's just like it
Even if
blows
you're just
my
fucking
mind.
one couple, be careful.
It blows my mind
Sure.
all the time.
Yeah, I remember. Actually saw a story. I think it was on TLC. You guys know the network TLC. They have
I've
like
heard.
all those weird different networks.
Is
and
that the
shows.
network that did Waterfalls?
Don't go chasing them.
I get it. But they had a
Oh, now
show.
I'm sad.
They had a show where they were following this couple who's in an open relationship, and it was really awkward because they were both going on and on about how happy they were and how well this worked for them, and how, you know, like, people judge them a lot, but it works for them. But the thing about this thing was the girl was dating multiple guys. The girl had a boyfriend. And she was also dating this guy who she was in the open relationship with, and he wasn't dating anyone. He's like, oh no, I have no interest in dating anyone but her. But she has a boyfriend who, like, she'll go sleep at his house some days.
Yeah,
man.
I can.
It was just like,
Couldn't do that.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine like my girlfriend being like, all right, like I'm gonna go see this other person, or like I'm gonna go on a date. I'm like, no, love me.
Yeah, what about
Why don't you
me?
love me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard stories about, and this, to be fair, is a story that Bernie thinks was hilarious. Was like people in like remote areas where they would almost like timeshare a girlfriend, like, and it was just a thing because there weren't enough women around. You've
Isn't
heard
that,
this
like,
story, I'm sure.
Is it not Alaska, but somewhere around
Let's
that
just say
area?
it's Alaska.
It's in like a very northern area where there's
Alaska.
like, it's like one girl for every 5 guys. Or
Yeah,
something.
and they're just like they're just aren't enough to go around, you know. And you don't want to get into the problem that China's got, so they kind
Yeah.
of like they just accept that their girlfriend has multiple boyfriends, and they like they work it out together. Like, oh no, like her boyfriend's coming to pick her up from my place.
Yeah, you got like Tommy Tuesday, William Wednesday, Theodore Thursday.
And fuck Machine Friday. Nobody likes that guy.
I think she does.
She's the only one.
So like, you know, it can work. It's just you've got to be really careful about the
Yeah.
expectations, and you have to be really honest with yourself about whether or not that's something you can do, because it's really easy to try to do that and just like They're like, yeah, we'll give it a go. But like, if inside there's any sort of like sinking feeling, it's probably not gonna work.
Yeah, you'll know. I feel like you'll know if you'd be okay with it or not.
Which I don't understand how anybody could be with it, because I can't imagine not having that sinking feeling.
I've known people that can completely separate sex from love. I've known like a handful of people that can do that. They're just like, yo, I'm getting my rocks off in this way, but emotionally and like spiritually or whatever, it's like I connect with you and nobody else. I'm not one of those people.
Yeah.
And I do find it interesting that some people can do that. In a weird way, I kind of envy that they can do that, but like
I have
it completely depends on the individual.
I've been there before. Sometimes, if you're just at a point in your life where you're like, I don't like. Just like being committed to someone is not a thing that I need to do right now.
Sure.
And just like go out and be like, yeah, it's fine. I'm seeing other people, you see other people, and that's totally okay.
Yeah, it's all about just establishing what you're looking for from the get-go.
Yeah.
I do have this weird thing that I like to do though, just because with Aaron, I recognize that he's a very attractive man, and other women I know recognize that he's a very attractive man. So sometimes when we're out,
in spite of his shirts.
It's what's under his shirts.
It's everything. So sometimes I like to, if we're out somewhere, I like to be like, hey, could you go get me a drink? And I'll just like watch all the girls watch him, and I'm like, that's mine.
I completely know that feeling. Yeah.
I'm just like almost taking like pride in seeing other people check out your.
You're like,
significant other.
I'm with that. What's up?
But not even like being with that person when they walk across the room, but just
knowing
seeing,
that like they are an object of want.
Which I don't know if everyone understands, but.
No, I feel
You get me.
I totally get you on that.
Get me.
It was because you want other people to be like, wish I was her right now.
It's like when someone wants to play with your toy, but it's like, no, it's mine.
Yeah, you have a fucking sick car. It's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, the fucking Lamborghini out there?
And really,
that's mine.
It's mine.
You
I
can't
ride that.
It. You can't do it.
I ride that.
It's very expensive.
although isn't his the Miata?
It is Miata.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. All right, guys, I also want to say thank you to Crunchyroll for sponsoring this episode of Always Open. Crunchyroll was built by fans of anime who love different anime series for all different reasons. They offer the largest, most diverse collection of anime series straight from the source. Their current lineup includes Mob Psycho 100, Cowboy Bebop, and Sweetness and Lightning. On Crunchyroll, the newest episodes are available as soon as 1 hour after they air in Japan via simulcast. All episodes are ad-free, and you can enjoy them across all devices, including Xbox, PlayStation, Wii U, etc. Right now, you can try our Crunchyroll Premium for 30 days free with crunchyroll.com/alwaysopen. That's crunchyroll.com/alwaysopen for 30 days free of Crunchyroll Premium. Thank you, Crunchyroll.
Thank you, anime.
I heard that you recognized a few of those animes, probably all of them.
Cowboy Bebop is my favorite anime ever, and I love it.
You watch anime?
Yeah. We have a show called Fan Service that you can watch if you're a Rooster Teeth first member.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Quick side question, because we were talking about porn earlier.
Yeah.
Can anybody here get off to hentai? I'm curious.
Yes.
What?
Hentai. Can you get up to it?
Is that?
Like anime porn.
Hold on. Is that
I think I've seen it, like, a
is
few
that
times,
tentacle
but I've never-
monsters?
Some of it has tentacle monsters. Not
I
all
look
of it
at
does.
just like the normal stuff. As normal as hentai could be.
But, it's always like the.
Is that a yes or
Take
no?
those sound bites.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
I don't watch a lot of porn because
sorry.
I get stuck critiquing them.
What do you mean?
I'm like,
Bitch, arch your back more. Jesus.
no. It's more like the acting. I'm like, I'm not buying it.
I'm buying
Or
it.
they're just like,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
give me that big cock.
Yeah, and I'm like,
that definitely kills
This
it.
is
Like,
this
you
is
don't
not
want
a
that.
thing that ever happens.
The best
and so
porn
I get,
to watch for
stuck on it.
acting is gay porn.
Oh,
It's
Why is
always
that?
like it's their fucking
Like girl on girl or
terrible.
guy on
No,
guy?
like gay, like men.
Okay.
Because it's always just like the cheesiest, and it's always like Tumblr always does this thing where they take out the clips before they actually start fucking, and they'll just like edit it out, and then it's just like they'll just upload it, and it's just like
Just the fucking?
no, it's just
Everything but the
just
fucking.
acting,
Oh, okay.
and it's
wow.
just like
I mean, acting in porn is
One of my
never
favorite
great.
series
Right.
of all time was PG porn.
Oh.
You guys ever see this series?
No.
So this was a series, and I found out about it because Nathan Fillion was in it.
there you go.
And as a result of Firefly, love Nathan Fillion. And it's like porn without the porn, but it's it was this super cheesy,
heard you ordered a
like the one that
pizza.
he was in. He was like a construction guy, and the housewife, whatever, comes in and is like, "Oh, what?" And just like starts initiating like proper like porn tropes, and I'm pretty sure he accidentally nail guns her in the head and then just like leaves.
I just remember when
Like,
I
it's
think
just
they did.
I've
just
never
like
even
it's
heard of that
the
before.
They
it's
did,
that
like, a
like shitty
pizza-
acting. It's super like over the top, like intentionally bad. Like it's funny.
They did
It's
a pizza.
really
They
fucking
did a
funny.
pizza delivery one. I remember where someone's like, "Hey, I got an extra large pizza, extra sausage," and she's like, "Thanks." Like, she completely brushed it off.
Now I'm hungry.
No, it's great.
I've never heard of that before.
We should look it up.
Look, it's an older series.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it came
this is
out.
one
some-
with Nathan Fillion.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nathan
dude,
Fillion.
Captain Hammer.
And it was-
Hammer in his
here,
penis.
look at the
She
JamesGunn.com.
definitely looks like a porn
Yeah,
star.
she probably is a porn star.
Some sort of monster. Here, where fucking be.
It's
Jesus.
a
We
great
just
series.
missed the good part.
It's a great series.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah.
to wrap things up, we're gonna do sexpertise.
Ooh.
Can do.
And this question comes from Michael G. After having a pretty terrible failure of a relationship attempt, I decided that I didn't want to try to date anymore. This came from 8 years of my adult life from failed relationships attempts, either because of my own stupidity or just being ghosted or other variety of reasons. I figured focusing on my career and finishing school should take all of my energy. My question is this: am I wrong for wanting to completely give up on dating? I ask because I do feel like there's part of me that wants a relationship, but I also feel like logic dictates that I shouldn't ignore that part of me.
First of all, taking a break from relationships is not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all.
I mean, that's if you've been trying to do relationships or you've been in relationships consistently, it's actually really difficult to separate what partners have wanted and what you've wanted and tried to be for them from what you want and what you want to be.
Yeah.
So I actually think taking a break is a great thing. It's one of the best things I ever did in my life. I was in long-term relationships from 18 to like mid-20s, and when I was like finally single for a while, like for a couple of years, it was amazing getting to figure out what the fuck I wanted.
And who you are as a person. Especially like if you start dating very young. I started dating at 16, and I actually have been in relationships all the way up till now with like maybe 6 months, 8 months here and there. But I feel like if you have a break and you don't focus on trying to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that could do wonders for yourself.
Yeah.
You could learn more about yourself, what you actually want in a partner, you know, what you want to do in your future, and not worry about another individual.
Yeah,
for just
no,
a short period of time.
I, as somebody that's also gone from, that was in a lot of long-term relationships, I think you need to rephrase your question. I don't think you should be focusing on giving up on dating as much as you should be taking time to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Rather than being, you know, Michael and somebody, figure out what Michael wants.
Yeah.
And who Michael is. And you'll never know. Like, believe me when I say love will hit you when you least fucking expect it. So I don't limit yourself and don't allow yourself to like feel feelings, but I think it's absolutely fine if you are going to take some time to focus on yourself and just like I don't know, I can speak for everybody, but you know, there's always going to be that feeling where you're just in a big bed alone at night where you're like, man, you know what would be really nice? There was somebody right here. And you're not always going to have that somebody, and you know, it's okay. It's okay to take time.
And
I think.
I mean, that's what DIY fleshlights are for.
It's true.
I think it's also important, like, I mean, he said he was, like, I guess in college, he's, like, working on, you know, trying to figure out what he wants to do for his career. And it's like,
You're still in college. You're like, you got some time.
Yeah, you got some time, but, like, that's important because, like, you're trying to, I mean, obviously your life's going to change. You're probably going to go through, like, hundreds of jobs and whatnot. But, like, you know, you're, like, working on yourself in that way. And I think that's important because I remember being in college and being in a relationship, like, my last year and trying to figure out what I was going to do and, like, having the pressures of that relationship and being like, oh, well, like, remember, your decisions affect me. Like, if you're going to make any long-term decisions, like, you have to consult me. And it's like, fuck, I don't want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I just want to live my life.
It adds a whole extra layer to it.
Yeah.
And I say this to a lot of people who ask similar questions in person when I'm talking to people. Not, I don't email everyone back. But you have to be okay with you most of all. Like, you have to live with yourself your entire life. People come and go, relationships come and go. yeah, you might end up with someone who you spend the rest of your life with, but you still have to be happiest with yourself and
Yeah.
who you are as a person.
It's very difficult for somebody to love you before you can love yourself. Now that's not to say that you have to be fucking perfect before you can get in a relationship.
No,
And
you
that's
better be
also,
perfect. You can't make any mistakes ever in your life
and
at all.
that's also not to say that being with another person can't make you a better person. But if you're down on yourself all the time and you're not happy with where you are, people can't come in and just like fix you overnight, and that all that could potentially do is just kind of bring them down, I guess. And you know, and this is, I'm kind of generalizing here, but no, you're exactly on the money. You got to be happy with yourself first.
Wow, I like how Bob Rossy you get when you get serious.
you get,
What do you mean?
You're like,
You are Bob Ross.
Am I right now?
It's nice though. It's like serious smiles.
Well, no, it's a as somebody that has gone through a lot of weird romantic stuff in the past several years, it's like, it's a thing, man. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Probably speaks to a
especially
lot of
too
people.
as you start to get into like your late 20s, there's this fucking awful societal pressure that comes down and you're like, oh, you haven't shacked up with someone yet, huh?
I'm not
Where
sure
are the
that's-
grandkids?
I don't know. I'm not sure that's a thing anymore.
I
think it's
disagree.
still-
My,
I think it
my
still is, but-
wildest years were my mid to late 20s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean,
See, that's fucking great.
I didn't go to college, so like
Well,
it was like
let
when
me-
I moved away and when I was finally spent time by myself. Like those were like my crazy get to know me years, and they were
Right.
a lot of fun. And it was mid 20s.
Well, let me rephrase that.
20s.
I'm not saying that most people are settling down in their like late 20s, early 30s, but I'm saying that there's like this weird societal pressure that you should, and it's
Yeah.
obnoxious.
Well, I think,
and you
like,
don't have
the-
to pay attention to it. You can have some of your wildest times in your late 20s and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It is very common for people in their late 20s. That's when they get married.
Yeah.
Like, I
Fucking
know
thanks,
all my
Facebook.
friends in Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Good lord,
And
I can't
think
tell you
it's
how many
starting to get older
kids.
now. I
Yeah.
think now it's becoming early 30s maybe, but I think that age, like between 27 and 33 is usually, I think, that sweet spot.
It's when it starts, at
Yeah.
least. It's when you start to notice it. Like, fuck, that person
You're
had
engaged.
that person had a kid. That person's getting
yeah,
married.
around
Like,
late 20s.
it's
Early 30s.
but that's what I'm saying. That's
You're
when
very
that's when it starts to become more common. At least I feel.
Yeah.
Just based on what like people that I went to high school with are going through. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fuck, that dude's got twins.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Everyone that I went to high school with is like married, engaged,
Yeah,
or has kids.
yeah.
And I mean, I went to I'm from a small town in West Texas, so it's like that's what you do. If you go to college, but if you don't, like you're getting married. and
You
you're
also,
having kids.
like, for Michael, he's still in college. You have your whole life to be in a relationship
Yeah.
with someone.
Oh, yeah.
But now is, like, the best time of your life. Do you experience life?
Yeah.
Find out what you want to do and just
Cut loose.
be you.
And the crazy thing that might happen is when you're spending all that time focusing on what you want to do and who you want to be. If you're going out, like, if you suddenly decide that you want to just fucking go scuba diving and you start taking scuba diving classes or something like that, maybe you'll meet somebody at scuba diving class. And guess what? That's something you have in common.
Yeah.
Like it really is. Man, I'm trying to figure out exactly what to say. It's just like you'll never know. You're
Yeah.
never gonna fucking know when somebody's gonna come by, if somebody's gonna come by. So don't plan on it. Focus on you, and then if a person comes by, then don't let it pass you up. I guess is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What makes me a little bit sad about the question is that it specifically references giving up
Yeah.
Yeah.
on
do
dating,
that.
and that sounds for someone so young, that sounds very like permanent, like always be alone, and that's not the case. It feels like that when you're in the middle of it, but it's really not. Everyone, like, different things come at different times for different people.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that idea of like, do what you want to do, and you at some point may find someone who is interested in all the same stuff, and that's really, really awesome. But don't think of it as like giving up. That's such a permanent label for
Don't
something.
go Lincoln
that's-
Park on it.
Yeah.
okay?
Especially,
Also, don't force it if you're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And forcing into a relationship or forcing yourself to go out and like, all right, like I gotta find a date or I gotta find a girlfriend. That's just gonna wear
Don't
on
do
you.
that.
Yeah.
Don't. Like, you can go out and have fun and like maybe do like flings or whatever, but don't feel like you have to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
All it's gonna do is just lead to complications and bad times.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Dude,
thanks, Barb.
thanks for feeding me all that liquor.
Oh,
You still have a little bit of a drink to finish.
You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's to you, folks.